Alright guys, this is your boy Mercedes-Benz guy. I love Mercedes-Benz. I love all my cars are Mercedes-Benz. I love it. It's not like, I have a bunch of money. I don't have a bunch of money. But it's a vehicle that does not, have, frequent problems. I don't want to be driving to work and, all of a sudden my car will be stopped on the middle of the highway. I don't want that. So I try to get the best, it's the best. But once a problem comes, you can get frustrated, trust me, because a little problem can cost you a bunch of dollars. And just last week I was driving my R class through Atlanta downtown, and I was about to branch, so I have all my signal on and everything, slowing the vehicle down and stuff like that. And all of a sudden I heard boom. I said, right under the knee of the vehicle. Then my check engine pops up. I said, whoa, this is not nice. I say, oh my God. And I try, after I make the turn, I try to step on the gas, and it looks like, the vehicle has is running on only on the first speed. So I just put my hands on my head. I say, oh, I'm dead. My transmission is gone. My transmission is gone. I say, oh Lord, what am I gonna do? So I just went ahead. There was a close by, gas station. I just went ahead and parked over there and wait a little bit. And I have a scanner right here. If this scanner, I bought it $160. I forgot where I bought it, but it's online. It's a iCar soft. Yeah, I bought. So I just put the scanner on it, and it gave me a code 2716. The internal electrical check of components. Y3/8Y4 K3 clutch control solenoid valve VGS has failed. DTS status start. So I say, what the heck is this? And I put Y3-8 Y4 K3 clutch control solenoid. I Google it. Yeah, I'm not a mechanic, right? So I Googled it, and to my surprise, it was telling me something about my transmission. So I went further to make a research on this thing I'm getting on for this vehicle, and all online videos are saying, you got to change the K3 clutch solenoid, or Y3-8Y4. So I say, my God. And I checked the price for it online is $400. And for somebody to put it on for you, you're probably gonna get another $400, which is about $800. And I say, wow. So I was thinking, I say, what am I gonna do? Because I don't have $800 right now to fix this vehicle. And this is what I do. I quite remember this particular vehicle. I'm driving this 2008 Mercedes-Benz R class, and they don't have they don't have like a dipstick for the transmission for you to check whether you have a low level fluid in your transmission or not, neither whether the transmission is dirty. And I've been using this vehicle back and forth for about 5 years, all right, with 217,000 miles on it. So I say, wow, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Even though it's giving me this code, and people are saying, I have to change the control solenoid, which is gonna cost me $400. I'm gonna do what I haven't done to this vehicle, which I was supposed to do by going ahead to change the transmission fluid and the transmission filter. And at first, so the next morning, I said, the day that I plan to go and change the fluid, I said, let me try to, drive it slowly to the mechanic shop, a friend of mine shop, and try to change it for me. And the car couldn't move. I mean, it was driving just, a fast speed. So eventually I end up, stopping the car again and let the transmission cool. And I was able to drive it, about second, third, speed. Just little. I wasn't passing, the 40-mile mark. So I was able to get to my friend's shop. I said, this is what I'm gonna do. I need you to change the transmission fluid for me. Yeah. And the filter. That alone cost me about $100. Just the fluid. It's about 6 quart. Yeah, I think 6 or 7 quart. And what do you call it? And the filter. Yeah, so that cost me about $100. And to my surprise, when my friend did remove that knob for the oil to come, that bolt for the oil to come down, I couldn't. The oil was black. I mean, it was, I can't describe it. It doesn't look something like transmission oil. Really, really dirty. Then my friend was like, what? You be driving this car like this? I said, well, it's not driving. It's not driving. And they said I have to change the clutch solenoid. The clutch control solenoid. And he was like, yeah, I mean, first of all, this oil is not gonna let that solenoid or whatever is mentioned here work well. So we can, it's 50-50. We can go ahead and change the fluid and see what we have to do. So me and him went ahead and changed the fluid. And for this car, like I said, even after changing the fluid, yeah, so he did get all the transmission pan, clean it, everything, and how do you call it? He cleaned it and put a new filter back, and put a pan back and the gasket and everything. Yeah, and he has to connect, a certain pump right where he took off the bolt for the dirty oil to come out. That's the same place you have to put the new oil. I said, wow, I didn't know that. So he used the pump to get the new fluid back into the transmission. And after that, I said, okay. And my friend was like, okay, you can go ahead and see, test drive it and see if it will work. To my surprise, the car just ran like new. Like new. I mean, really, really new. When it changed, you won't even to feel it. And before that, even I was having hard time and like even going up to the hills. The car kind of hesitate a little bit, but now it's new without changing the Y3/8 Y4, which is the K3 clutch control solenoid. So I say, wow. Well, I'm gonna drive the car for a while and see, because if this thing, listen, now, and this is the thing. Anywhere, any mechanic shop you go, they will tell you you have to fix this before it will work. And indeed, this, I don't know whether you can see. I don't have it because of this screen and that screen, so you, but anyway, that's the fault I was having on this vehicle. And anywhere they put a machine on the vehicle, they will gonna tell you that thing is defective, because that's what the machine is, that's what the computer is saying right here, that you need to change that. It's failed. It says has failed. That means you need to change it. Yeah, so anywhere they will tell you that. But if you are having the same problem like this, the car, like the problem I was having, the car just downshift to first speed and it wasn't shifting. And by changing the transmission fluid, everything, you know, now I've drove it, you know, on the highway on the top speed, and everything seems fine with me right now. So maybe it's good. I mean, if you have the money, you can go ahead and change it. You know, I'm not saying, you know, anything, but if you have the money, you can go ahead and change it and put back the transmission fluid anyway. But if you don't have the money, do what I just did, and that will save you a lot of money. That will save you a lot of money. Thinking about buying this part, $400 plus shipping, you know, or going to the dealer. The dealer may be even more than that. And for somebody to put it back for you, it's gonna be a whole bunch of money. I would say about $1,000. Yeah. And buying transmission fluid, transmission fluid and a filter for $100, what you got to lose? I mean, you haven't lost anything. And let's take it this way: even if it didn't work, you have tried. You have tried. But to me, and I believe what my friend told me, because he was like, if you having a dirty oil or a low level transmission fluid, that part is not gonna work. It's like you don't have a gas in your vehicle, and you are trying to crank your car, or you are trying to drive your car. The car is not gonna work. You know, it's not gonna move anywhere. Or if you don't have a motor oil in your engine, I mean, you eventually go ahead and break the engine anyway. But so I changed the oil and I changed the fluid, and everything seems nice. And I believe I have to share this to the world, you know, for them to know. Like I said, if you have the capacity to change the solenoid, the control solenoid, which is inside the transmission, you can go ahead and do that. And changing this is not all that difficult anyway, whilst I watch the videos, you know. But if you don't have the money, you can go ahead and do this, because like I said, this car, and I think it's the same with the GL, the new GL. They don't put the transmission where you can check your own transmission and see the amount of fluid you got in your transmission, whether it's dirty or bad. They want you to bring the car to the dealership. That's it. All right. So that's what you have to do. And once I'm driving this, I'm gonna drive it for a month, and I'll go back to my friend again to get the fluid out, and put a new one in there, just the fluid this time, and put a new one in there, and that will show me that I have a clean fluid in the vehicle right now. All right, so this is my little advice, you know, to you. You can go ahead and subscribe to this video, And like I said, I'm a guy who loves Mercedes, driving Mercedes. I have a E300, E320, and this one is which my wife drives, and I have this one which is the R350, and both of them are great cars, and I love it. So, and I like doing my own stuff in a way. Yeah, there's minor stuff on my Mercedes. I fix it on my own. Yeah, like changing this the spark plug for this R class is very easy. And one day I'll bring the new video for that. All right, so try, drive luxury and try to save money. Peace.